Yes, it's true. My girlfriend broke up with me. Okay, honestly, guys, it's clickbait. We broke up on mutual agreements. Well, you could say it this way. She gave me an ultimatum to either change my personality, because I talk openly about sex. I talk to her neighbors about our sex life. So I went to her neighbors and said, guys, while you're sitting on the other side of the wall drinking coffee, I am on the other side of the wall close to licking my girlfriend's asshole. And if we meet, we just act like everything is normal. That's so fucking crazy. I knew she didn't want me to say this because she was really embarrassed. And maybe I'm overcompensating. Maybe that's my way of dealing with my, sexual shame, whatever. But for me, it's just important to develop myself, even though I'm open to the possibility of me overcompensating. I still think I have to work on these issues and sometimes, behave in ways that might not be appropriate or whatever, just to live with myself. So I told her, no, I'm not going to change that. And then we broke up. So this video is basically just about how I feel and what I do now to get over this loss. So this was my first girlfriend with sexual relationships, and how I feel and what I think is the best way now to get over this breakup. And maybe some of you guys go through similar things. I can just share what I think is important now, and maybe you can find some value in this video. So enjoy. All right, first off, how do I feel? Honestly, I really miss her, and I'm compensating that by jerking off to porn like 2 to 3 times a day. So my ex-girlfriend was like 40, so I'm jerking off to like MILF porn, like women in that same age range. Yeah, I think that's not healthy, so I will stop that next week. But I'm just super horny, so I have to get rid of that sexual energy somehow. And most like dating coaches, relationship coaches tell me to go on a break from women. So that's the first thing I do now, and I think that is important. So number 1, taking a break from women. Why is that important? If you haven't processed your feelings and you haven't done a bit of self-reflection why that relationship failed, I don't think it's a good idea to go into a new relationship. So what I'm doing now is I just process these feelings. I reflect why that relationship wasn't working. So I think I ignored a bunch of red flags from the relationship from the beginning, like us just being completely different about, for example, the sex topic, how open we talk about sex. So she was very closed up about that, and I'm just very open. I talked to many girls that told me for them wouldn't be a problem, that they would say it themselves. So I think I would be better off with a girl like that, honestly. And so that's something I figured out during that relationship. I should have also drawn stronger boundaries from the beginning, saying, look, I'm not going to, which I did. Like, she asked me several times to change my behavior regarding talking about sex. But yeah, I always said no. But the first time I said like, okay, I will try to communicate it carefully. I'm just not going to do it in the future. And if people try to change me again and again and again, I will just end the relationship in the future immediately, because I don't need somebody who tries to change me, who's going to try to restrict me from what I can say or cannot say. That's just, I don't need this shit in my life. I need that freedom to be able to say what I think and feel without filter. And yeah, I think some people are on board with that, some aren't. My ex-girlfriend obviously wasn't, so that's one thing. I think the second thing is that it's important now to invest in more friendships. So what I did when I was in a relationship with her, we had the problem that she didn't want to go out as much because she was always afraid of me talking about sex and that she would be embarrassed when I did that. And obviously I had that boundary. I said like, look, I cannot control your emotions. You have that sexual trauma, but I cannot influence that. So you have to take responsibility for that yourself. And that's what my boundary looked like there. But also here the most important thing is invest in friendship. So during that relationship, I really dropped my extroversion off because I'm a very extroverted person. I know a lot of people, in various places because I talk to everybody. And I think this is important to invest more in my friendships because I kind of let go of that. I stopped investing into my friendships and social relationships. So that's why I think I'm going to do more of that. By the way, here, if you want help with socializing or meeting women, I offer you a free coaching session. You can hit that link below. There's a link where you can schedule a time with me and we can have a conversation if I can help you with meeting women and socializing. So because I'm getting back into the game myself now, I kind of have empathy for the problems that you face if that's what you're doing right now in the dating market. Yeah, before the relationship, I did a lot of socializing, a lot of dating, I met a lot of women. Hit the link in the description. The third thing is that I'm going to invest more in my work now. So I'm going to work more on my business, and I have developed a year plan that in the next year I want to go to an online income of 850 euros. And if I have that income, I'm just going to go to Bali or South America. I'm getting closer and closer to that income, so I'm reaching that goal. And I think next year should probably be possible to reach it. Maybe not, failure is always also an option. But I'm confident that next year around that time, I'm going to leave this country and go to Bali and do some traveling, hopefully with my own business at that point. So I'm going to, the third point, I'm going to throw myself fully into my work. I'm just going to hustle the fuck out of this business until it's running. And I think that's also a really good thing you can do. So to summarize here again, 3 things I think are important now. What I do to get over that relationship is first reflect why that relationship didn't work. A lot of times it's about not matching values, not matching future visions. For example, my girlfriend as well, she was 40, I'm 25. So I want to have a family in like 10 years. And that's probably going to be too late for her to have children. So that's the thing. I want to travel the world and leave Frankfurt. She wants to stay here. So that's a problem. I think I was also more extroverted and I was more open about sexual topics than her. So there's a lot of mismatches there. So figure this out. Ask yourself, like, why is that? Why was it a problem in our relationship? How did that lead to the fact that our relationship failed? The second one is invest more into friendships, go out socializing. If you need help with that, again, hit the link below. I'm going to give you a free coaching conversation to help you there. But not just because I want to sell you now coaching or something, but because I really think that psychologically, if you look at the studies, people who are high in extroversion, who talk to more people, also score higher in happiness. So if you have higher social networks, if you have better quality social networks, also look that you're not like spending time with people who do cocaine every weekend, maybe chill with people who are like motivated to do shit themselves in their life, like attract some quality people, invest more into these friendships because you're just going to be a happier person in the end. The third one is throw yourself into work, hobbies, whatever. I learned it from a vlog from Mark Manson, actually, who said that. And I think that's a great advice to just start hustling, make the most out of yourself. So you look back at that time and you just use that emotional pain as fuel to become the best version of yourself. You don't want to get depressed now. That's really, a lot of people do that, especially if they come out of like 20 years of marriage, and I understand that. I fully understand, but that's just not going to serve you long term. So you want to use that negative emotion as fuel to get the maximum out of yourself in the next bunch of years, so you don't look like 20 years and like, oh my God, why did I let this like destroy myself? No, now is the time to just go down the self-improvement pathway as much as you can. So brother, I'm here with you. I also feel like shit and we're gonna get over this. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Peace out.